viewership is down 27% for the Olympics. Luckily for you, the viewership for Boring Real Estate Stats is up 53%. So let's go.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Hey everybody, welcome to Boring Real Estate Stats with Team Haig. So, to recap what happened in July of 2021, we saw 3,326 sales, a 6.3% increase from July of the previous year in 2020. So, as we've noted in the last few months, we've seen a drop in sales, about 11.6% every month since the since June. So, we're seeing that sales are low, but just note that that's still high for the 10-year average. It's still a 13.3% increase from the 10-year average. So we have seen that sales are there for people. It's still moderate with low supply out there. We're not seeing a lot of listings.
Even though it's slowing down month after month, it's still, a lot higher than it was the year before and over the 10-year average, as well as the sales to active listings ratio is still 33.8%. So it's well into a seller's market.
Absolutely.
Kind of the reasons why we're thinking it's slowing down is it might just be going back to a typical real estate market where the summertime generally cools off a bit. Up until about 5 years ago, every summer by the sort of end to beginning of August, end of July, beginning of August, it slowed down until after Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost always. And it just hasn't in the last few years. So we could just be moving into a more seasonal real estate market like we used to have. And the prices are still high. Like the benchmark price for July for a home was $1,175,000. This represents a 13.8% increase over July 2020. So things are still selling. They're still selling for a good value. So if you're thinking of selling your home, don't think like the market is crashing. It's still good prices, and is that a lot of activity out there. It's just not as crazy as it was in the beginning of the pandemic. And it could also be because of the pandemic. Maybe people they just don't care about real estate for a bit. They're finally able to see their families. They're just taking some time and spending it with friends and family.
And one of the things that me and you have talked about many times is just the conversations we have with clients and people asking questions about I'm thinking about selling. I'm not in a huge rush, but I'm not seeing out there what I need to buy. And that's a typical question, so just call us anytime. We're happy to go through that with you. We're very experienced in that field on making sure you don't get left homeless and just giving you the right steps to move forward, to do what you need to do, if it is the right move or not, right? Sometimes we find after discussing it with people, it's not. So we're happy to have that conversation with you, so call us anytime for that.
Yeah, happy to help. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you next month.
Next month.